Hello everyone, my name is David. I'm a paramedic and I'm responsible for the quality control of the dispatch centers across Israel. Please follow me and let me explain to you what we're going to see. So this is the national dispatch. We have a few stations inside the dispatch. This is the station of the one-on-one call takers. The one-on-one call takers take calls from anywhere in the country. All of them using the same command and control. It's fully transparent and each one can see every incident across the country. We have 9 dispatch centers across the country. That means if I'm in center Israel, just like now, I'm calling one-on-one, I can be answered by a call taker in Beersheba, in Haifa, in the Galil, anywhere in the country. The command and control allows them to take calls and provide all the medical instructions needed. They take all the personal information, the complaint, and then at the end they choose between 2 urgencies. They have ALS, Advanced Life Support, and BLS, Basic Life Support Ambulance. Once they choose the urgency, 2 things happen automatically. First, the 10 closest first responders will be dispatched to the incident automatically by push notification in the app. The second thing that happens, the region that actually responsible for dispatching the vehicle will automatically assign the closest vehicle and resource to the incident, minimizing the time of arrival to the patient. They have the ability to use my MDA app, which is a downloaded app that you can put all your personal information, medical file, attach files, you can chat, you can live video feed, you can attach pictures, you can open a medical file to your family and not only for you. And when you push the SOS button, automatically you choose from whom the ambulance is to, and then all the information will appear on the screen. They have ability to get location by chat, by SMS text, or by WhatsApp. We're sending a simple link, they get inside, and then we get the exact location of the patient. We can ask for photos and videos also. Let's say we are performing CPR and I want to know that the informant is providing the care that I'm instructing to in the middle of the chest. Make the compression in the middle of the chest and not on the stomach. The rhythm of the chest, of the compressions. For pictures, let's say we have amputation, which is one of the most common thing we have in far places, rural places. If his hand is amputated, we ask for a photo, we send the photo to the hospital, and then we know if the hospital can treat it, can restore it. We are also dispatching a chopper a lot of the time by the national dispatch, the station over there, and we'll see it next ahead. And please follow me. We also have the ability to communicate with the people with disabilities. They can send us text, they can send us WhatsApp. We see exactly what they ask for. If they can't speak, if they can't hear, they can ask for an ambulance by this system. With my MDA app, for example, you can send the message in multiple language, and then the system will automatically translate to Hebrew. The call taker is answering in Hebrew, and the patient will see it in his language. And that way, we can communicate very well. Please follow me to the next dispatch. Will be the regional, the first. בוא נעשה first responder, התבלבלתי בסדר, סליחה. Please follow me for the next dispatch, which will be the first responder dispatch. So this is the first responder dispatch. The dispatch now currently with 6 people, with 6 call takers. As we said before, the first responders are the first responders are volunteers with a medicycle, with motorbikes, with electric bike, with ambulances. Most of them are volunteers, some are employees. We're talking about between 20 to 25,000 volunteers nationally spread, nationally wide. The dispatch of the first responders give them all the information about the incident. They get the reports from the first responders at the field. Let's say, for example, a first responder were dispatched to a car accident and he need an ALS vehicle, not a BLS vehicle. He will report to the dispatch of the first responders, and then he will notify for the regional dispatch. It's very important because the first responders reducing the time of arrival to the incident by 50%. If the average time in Israel to arrival of an ambulance is 8-9 minutes, they reduce it to 4-4.5 minutes. Since the beginning of the call, you called 111, 4.5 minutes, someone is knocking on the door with the medical training, providing the first care until the ambulance is coming. The next dispatch that we will meet, it's the regional dispatch. The regional dispatch is the dispatch that communicates with the ambulances themselves. This is an example for two regional dispatch, one of Ayalon and Yarkon, which actually responsible for all center of Israel, from Gedera to Hedera. They are the one that communicates with the vehicles. They are the one that responsible handling the call from the beginning to the end. When the incident takes place, they see it automatically on the screen when the call taker receives the information, and then they're responsible to alert the police, the fire department if needed, the hospitals, if there is a trauma case that needed to be pre-alerted. The officer in the shift can always override the system. If the system automatically assigned a vehicle and they think they need to assign another vehicle, they can always override the system. They're working everyone with the same system, they see the exact same thing. The next dispatch that we will meet will be the national dispatch, which will be the heart of the organization, because this dispatch is supervising all the incidents across the country. Since the beginning of the call, they're making sure that the call taker answers the call, providing the first medical instruction, phone medical instructions, providing CPR, providing aspirin if chest pain is occurring or something like that. They are responsible to see that everyone is available to take the call. They are responsible for the call takers to see they are on a break, available. If there is a lot of pressure, they ask them to open the stations if they are on a break, so the pressure will lower down, and then they continue their break. They are the one that's responsible for the two choppers. We have one station in the north and one station in the south. And it's very, very important because, like we said before, if we have an amputation in the Hermon Heights, for example, we get the photo, they get the photo, they are the one that send it to the hospital. The hospital will tell them if they are available to receive the patient, if they can restore the limb or the fingers, doesn't matter which one. And then they are the one that dispatching the chopper. We have incident that the chopper is on the air even before the ambulance arrives to the scene by the call taker. If the call taker takes the photo, give the phone instructions, 2 or 3 minutes since the beginning of the call, a chopper is on the air to the incident to minimize the time until the patient arrives to the operating room, the OR. During routine times, when quiet times, just like now, we always have the red alert screen open. Also in the regional dispatch and the national dispatch and all the dispatches across the country. If a missile is being launched, automatically it will put an alert verbally and visually. It will notify to everyone that there's the missile incoming and the estimate location of the impact. Also in the command and control, it will open automatically an incident, flashing, notifying all the call takers across the country there is a missile incoming, to be prepared to receive calls from the incident, to be evacuation if needed, and notifying for the crews. The national dispatch will burst in the POC, alerting all the management in the organization there is a red alert occurring right now, and they need to be prepared for an escalation, impact, and casualties. Next, we'll see the call monitor screen. You can see it in the TVs ahead. Okay, so this is the call monitor screen. We can see every call that enters to the organization. Right now we can see there is 17 active call of one-on-one call takers and 23 coronavirus automatic answering machine calls. In the current shift, they answer for more than 1,000 calls. Shift started 2.5 hours ago. Daily, they answered since 11 last night, now 9,500 calls. Usually before the coronavirus, we had about 3.5 to 4,000 calls daily. During the first wave, we reached up to 100,000 calls during a day. So we needed to back the dispatch with a lot of call takers. And that's the reason that we actually opened a new dispatch just right outside, to have more station available during pressure times. In the middle screen, we can see dashboard cameras. Each vehicle in the organization has a live feed dashboard camera that feeds the dispatch. Let's say, for example, I'm dispatching a vehicle to a severe car accident. In the past, I needed to call the driver when he arrives to the scene and ask them, okay, please tell me, what do you see? Do you need the ALS vehicle? Do you need BLS vehicle? Do you need more resources? Today, just by looking at the screen for the first 1-2 minutes, I can see the exact same thing that he sees. We had an incident, a terror attack that we actually caught live. We saw a soldier being stabbed live in the dispatch center. The driver can go and just treat and doesn't need to go and give all the reports all the time since the beginning, just after a few minutes. In the lower screen, we can see all the call takers across the country, regionally divided. The green ones are available for a call. The yellow and the orange are during call, incoming and outgoing call, and the red ones are on a break. Each call taker has the language that he speaks. I speak Hebrew, English, Spanish. In the beginning of each shift, the national dispatch is taking all the list of foreign languages that the call takers speak, and in case needed of translating, they can make a conference with each other. They know the exact number to dial to speak with the call taker that speaks the foreign language and make a conference to Spanish, to French, to English, to Arabic, to each language that we have in the dispatch. So now we're going to the outside dispatch, to the new dispatch. So this is the new dispatch, 68 operational station. This one in particularly, this is the positive coronavirus transport dispatch. For coronavirus patient without any medical emergency, just needed to be transported from one point to another point. Let's say from an hospital to his home, from one home to another home, from his home to a coronavirus hotel. They are the ones that are responsible to send the shielded ambulances to transport them from one point to the second point. Next, we'll see the medical dispatch center, which is stationed over there. This is the medical dispatch center, which operates 24/7 with usually between 2 and 4 paramedics. They're giving assistance to field crews and not for civilians, only for the MDA crews. Let's say we have a field crew that provided an ECG, and right now it doesn't know what the treatment the patient needs to be handled. And also, if he wants to step out of procedure and get the right authorization, he can call to the medical dispatch and get assistance from a senior paramedics. They can attach to the monitor to see the live ECG, live blood pressure, live monitor, live SAT, which is the oxygen in the blood. They can give all the assistance they need. Today we are transporting a coronavirus positive patient with shielded ambulances. So in the back, they're sometimes being alone, so they need to be treated and being monitored. Today we put cameras in the back of the ambulance so the medical dispatch can look and see there is no change in the medical condition. They can put an electrode. The ambulance driver is putting an electrode on the patient's chest, and then they see all the vital signs in the command and control. In the screens, they see the blood pressure, the SAT. So if there is an emergency occurring, they can call to the driver and tell them, please stop the ambulance, go back and treat the patient because right now there's a crisis occurring. Next place we're going to see, it's the samplers dispatch center. This is the samplers dispatch center. Currently we have 6 dispatchers that actually dispatch samplers to people's home to take sample for coronavirus testing. If the people are elderly, if they can't mobile to a drive-in station, if they need help, we are coming. We have the samplers take about thousands of samples per day. We have also drive-in stations that take several thousand more. This is the National Service Unit, which are call takers, EMTs that were trained by MDA. They are call takers just like the one that we've seen inside. They are helping us to save lives each and every day. Hope you enjoyed the visit. See you next time.